Dishonest harmony. She was talking about that in regard to like Gen X and boomer parents. They want to have dishonest harmony, meaning like, yes, we're all lying to ourselves about what's really going on here. Yes, we're all in denial about what's really going on here, but can't we just all pretend and stay in harmony with each other? Why do you always have to bring all this stuff up? Let's just be in denial together. It's fun here. Dishonest harmony.
I love that term, dishonest harmony. Millennials are so fascinating to me. We're one of the first generations to be really outspoken about the way we were treated as kids. And we're big on holding parents accountable for where they fell short. But we have this massive blind spot that nobody's talking about. Question, what are your adult children going to have to learn to forgive you for? Tough question to answer, right? Because we base our success as parents on the gap between what we receive and what we provide for our children. Take the invalidating piece away, how is that different than what the Gen Xers and boomers do? In the 50s, if your father just hit you and drank, then I can imagine it's hard to hear your child say, you didn't hug me enough. My dad literally never said he loved me. And that's what you're mad at me about? Granted, the child has the right to be upset, but it's understandable why the parent is a little befuddled. The frustration of unmet needs is not a simple thing to talk about. Never has been, never will be. So what do you think that thing is going to be for millennials? Because I got to guess. I think our kids are going to struggle to forgive us for overparenting, for not allowing them the room to make their own mistakes and grow up to be resilient adults. I think it's going to be a resiliency issue. I bet even now you're like, I give them room to make mistakes all the time. But it's not about what you define as enough. It's about what they'll determine was enough. And it's always hard to hear that your best efforts weren't enough. Even harder to hear that your best efforts hurt the person you were trying to protect. I hope that we're able to listen, empathize, and not die on the hill of intent versus impact. Job well done.
What's happening? I ain't got much time, so I got to get right to the point and not be nice. I'm a late Gen X. I'm at the end of Gen X, which, by the way, somehow it changed to 1980. It used to be 1979. That's when Gen X is ended. Now it's 80, whatever. But that's society. But then then they go to millennials. Now, I had a kid with a millennial, right? You know, because she's like 3 years younger than me, 3 years younger than me. But here's the thing that I've learned. Some of you millennials don't realize some of y'all got kids in their early mid-20s, 20, stuff like that. And a lot of y'all are great pontificators, and this is what I mean. A lot of millennials, even though it's close in age to where I'm at, a lot of y'all actually didn't deal with the dysfunction that y'all said that we dealt with, ironically. Because it was a shift happening. So what I see is this. I see the ones who dealt with a lot of the dysfunction, they're far more mature than y'all. And I see y'all are trying to pontificate life. What I mean is, I went through some things and I'm thinking about what I went through because I have so much feelings and my feelings are so filled and I feel my feelings and I feel it. And I'm trying to break the curses that ever happened, but you didn't have no curses. You know what a lot of y'all curses is? Yourselves. See, a lot of y'all are dishonest with yourselves. A lot of y'all been bullshitting and taking shortcuts. And I don't have to do that because it's a new day. It's a new me. And we don't live like that anymore. And it's a new, and I don't have to do this. And it's like, shut your ass up. And now y'all became adults. And now what happens is now y'all really can't do adulting well. Because you spent your whole life whining and shit. So now, that's the issue. And now if some of y'all become parents, because a lot of y'all don't become parents because you hide behind, you know what, I don't want to be a parent. I don't want to bring a kid into this cruel, cruel world that I'm taking pictures of vacations on and doing drugs on and taking edibles and saying I can't go out to eat every night. I don't want to bring a kid into the cruel world like this. Because shut your ass up. The world wasn't harmonious. Sorry. It wasn't made for you to just la, 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 la. That's why a lot of you motherfuckers is grown right now. And even though, don't get it twisted, I like anime and all that. A lot of y'all acting like us when we were kids as adults. Like when we were kids, we liked the cartoons. We liked wrestling. And that's what we did as kids. Y'all are 30, 35. I'm the new Marvel guy, and did you see the new Easter egg? And oh, I want to be OTC, man. And it's like, bro, when you gonna grow the fuck up and get into grown life? You could go back to all of that, but when are you gonna actually do some adult shit? And then it turns right back around. Well, I'm stuck right here because of it's so life was so hard for me doing absolutely the bare minimum. The fuck, man. Even with old girl, she got weed smoker lips. Don't want to hear about dishonesty when it look like you be getting high all the fucking time. Well, you can be honest about that. I don't know what you're talking about. This is where we're having issues. And then when they say, the kids in school aren't reading properly or they're illiterate, usually what are their parents? Millennials. So what is going to happen when he said, like when they become adults and they go, oh, well, I didn't really know how to read. What were you doing? And then you're going to go, oh, well, when I had kids, I was just the world was so crazy and I just couldn't fathom actually teaching my kids what to do because why should I? I mean, the world is just going to collapse and nobody cares. I just want to act crazy. Yeah, what we doing? When you get on social media and you see people annoying the hell out of people that are grown, millennials. And I'm saying that because the boomer thing, yes. I'm in Gen X, we got issues. The issue that I'm seeing with y'all millennials, y'all act like people not gonna turn around and say how fucked up y'all are. And the issue with some of y'all being fucked up, truth be told, is nobody has a real y'all don't actually have an origin story to be fucked up for the most part. What happened is your parents were softer on you, and for some odd reason now it's the worst thing ever. Oh, I've lived in the worst time ever. Oh, could you see? And it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. You didn't live in the worst time ever. Most of y'all had air conditioning in your whole fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Most of y'all didn't miss no meals. There's a huge swath of y'all that actually, ironically, didn't deal with the racism that we dealt with as kids until you got your whiff of it as a teenager or adult. You went through a whole, you didn't get the guns pulled on you as a child. Y'all didn't get some of the teachers doing, making sure you failed as a kid. Like it's a whole lot of other shit that went on that we're looking at you like, because we see how some of y'all are as parents. And the reason I gotta say that is y'all are laissez-faire. Y'all the type of people that let your kids run into the street. Oh, what's the problem? Millennials. A lot of y'all got the kids that be out here at 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And people ask, where the fuck their parents at? Millennials. That shit is abnormal, but no, kids should be free to do whatever they want because I want to do whatever I want. It's dumb shit, man. But we're not having a quote unquote honest conversation. You get what I'm saying? Y'all the ones doing drugs in front of your fucking kids. That's y'all. No, I'm not gonna say people didn't do drugs for the kids when I was a teenager. That's a lie. When I was a kid and a teenager, that's a lie. But it was frowned upon if you got caught for the shit. People wasn't having. They be like, "You doing what? Oh hell no!" But y'all out here y'all picking up your fucking kids high. Ask me how I know. It's y'all that door dashing your kids lunch because you don't feel like It's y'all that's acting, because a lot of y'all don't have the quote unquote. Some of y'all were raised in the quote unquote hood, but y'all, but y'all really, some of y'all, a lot of y'all weren't. A lot of y'all are trying to relive the hood experience, and then you passing it on to your kid. But we don't. But when we, because y'all want to go to generational curses and the generational trauma and the toxic family, but y'all don't never see yourselves as the toxic person. It's never you. When you're doing all kinds of bullshit. But your bullshit doesn't count because I blame it on the ancestors. Fuck out of here, man. I gotta go. I'm done.